So hello everybody and welcome to the channel Bob's Sales this times next year. So there has been a couple of things happen. I have actually upgraded all my system, so if I do look a bit orangey or whatever right now, I will try and get that corrected. If you can't actually hear me right now, I'm sure we'll get that fixed eventually, but right now I'm just literally testing everything. So if you can't hear me, I do apologise. If I do go offbeat or if I move about and you can't hear me too much, then we know there's a problem. So we'll get to that. But anyway, how's things going, everyone? It's good to see you all. As always, progress is still going slow. We did have the cars app drop. Now, I didn't really think much of the drop, I've got to be honest. 30 gems box price seemed a bit too much money for me in this current market. And the posters themselves, I mean, they were posters, come on. Then they tried to give it a new name, try and make it look a bit more snazzier than just posters. So yeah, so the posters were confusing for me. 5 rarities, not a lot minted, mind you, but the secret rare puzzled me. Now the Disney fans did come to the rescue on that one. I mean, the secret rare, why would you have a secret rare that's got no car in the picture? Now, of course, this was explained by the Disney fans. Like I said, there was actually, the mountains were shaped as car bumpers, should we say. I think they were Chrysler car bumpers. I can't remember. The IP is not really big for me. Now, the IP is a very huge IP. But when it comes to merchandising, there is a lot of it. You can go to Pound Shop and there's a lot of it. It's almost as bad as Minions. So everywhere you go, you can almost guarantee you'll find a Minion on something. Pencil case, sharpener, you know, a pen, a cover. It don't even have to be Minion related. So I'm hoping this is going to go well. I'm going to try my screen share for the first time and hope I do not have another OG moment, because that actually happened to me yesterday. And that was an amateur move because I've not actually turned my phone off. So that could go off any minute. So let's get into the drop article, shall we? And one of the other things I did notice about the cars was it's actually got the Ford stamp on the back of it. Whether or not that gives it any more value, I do not know. But it does have that as an added factor to it. So Veve have announced another drop we was not expecting and probably did not want. So this is DreamWorks Voltron Legendary Defender Series 2. Now there is some very cool aspects to this drop. Now there is some very bad aspects to this drop. But overall, it actually looks like it might actually be a good drop. So let's get into this. So obviously this one drops on Sunday the 12th of February, 8 AM PT time, which is 4 PM UK time for us. So let's take a look quickly and see what we got. So there is some utility announced here, but we'll go through that at the end. So right now, as long as you're actually seeing my screen today, let's hope you are seeing my screen today. So the drop's going to be a blind box format, so we like the sound of that. And that is the common, and I actually thought these were dogs and they actually turned out to be lions, so I'm glad I didn't say dogs. So the first one, the common, is going to be the black lion. Let's have a look at what we've got here. So the list price is actually 30 gems, which is not too shabby. 1,222 editions. This is the first appearance, and it does actually say the public edition still. I do like the fact that Veve started adding the first available public edition, which is 41 by the way. As we can see, there's going to be 5 boxes. So the uncommon's a nice blue one. Again, there's 1,111. The next one is the green lion rare character on top of them there. I'm not sure whether that's Voltron itself, but there's definitely a character on top of there. So the rare is going for 999 editions, and obviously it's still the same box price. The next one is the red lion, the ultra rare. That's one of the nicest ones. I do prefer the red colour, I must say. Editions is 8888. Now on the secret rare, I do really like the secret rare. If you look at that, that does remind me of the Sabretooth from the Power Rangers. So let's have a look at the mint size. So the mint size 777. So there's quite a lot of mints. I think there's under 5,000 or around 5,000, a bit more. So overall, the drops don't look that exciting. Will they form together? I highly doubt it right now, but you never know. We could get a surprise. Now I must say, looking at the secret rare, as I said, it does actually look like Sabretooth from the Power Rangers, and I would have actually preferred the Power Rangers to drop rather than Voltron. So of course Power Rangers was actually first in Japan. So if you wanted to know what went first, it was actually Power Rangers, was actually Voltron, and then 4 years I believe later it was Transformers. So that's the order. So No fighting, no ifs and buts, that's the order. Now let's get to the big part of this article, the utility. So this actually has a section on here that says utility. So this is getting to some exciting stuff now. So full set holders of the DreamWorks Voltron Legendary Defender Series 1 as of Wednesday the 8th of February will receive a blind box purchase reservation. Promo code for the Voltron. If you have all rarities of Season 1, you will have already received this promo code because this is marked as the 8th of February. It's now the 11th. So you've probably already got that promo code. So if you haven't looked, please go and check that now. It'd probably be a good idea. But that's definitely an eye-opener. So they've already taken a snapshot. And I did notice, so after this announcement, this article come out, I did actually notice all the common and the uncommon Voltron actually started going up in prices. So I gathered it was because of the drop, because of the airdrop. But it looks like people didn't read this properly, because that's why they started going up in prices. Or they could just be going up in prices because people want to add it next to the dogs in the vaults. That's another reason for it. But on Twitter today, I did actually see a couple of people mention this. So ever since then, the last couple of hours, the price for the Voltrons has actually gone back down to 15 gems. Yesterday, I think all of them went up to 20 gems, 25 gems. So they definitely did start to go up, and now they've dropped straight back down. Now for me, the IP is not for me. I would have preferred Power Rangers, I'm not going to lie to you. Whether or not this is going to be a good drop to go for, I think it could be. Just for the fact that it's 30 gems, which is not a bad price. And I do think that helps it. So what we don't know is, let me have a look. So it does say on there, promo codes can only be used from the drop time and will expire 48 hours from 8 AM. That's nice. So on the 12th. So they'll be expired by tomorrow. One purchase reservation promo code per set. So you get one per each set you hold. So that's pretty clear with that. So I'm wondering what's happened to the other promo codes. Are they being offered out, or are they being burnt? By the looks of it, they're going to be burnt. Because last time on the Mickey, it actually said, I think it was the Mickey anyway, but it actually said that they will be offered out to the public. So who knows? So that's quite interesting. Now I did actually, speaking of Power Rangers, I did actually go and pick up some comics in London with a couple of my mates the other day. Anad and Osman collects. So, well, Anad won Kenobi, I should say, and Osman collects. So I should stop hitting my mic with that, because that's probably not a good idea. And I should probably stop sharing the screen and all. So if we'll go back to StreamYard, sorry, amateur hour here, I told you. Right, so there I am again. Hello everyone. So we'll try that again. Now I'm back on the screen, shall we? Me, Anad, Alex and Bounder Yo all went to London the other day, and we actually made some pickups. And there were some great toy stores. I mean, the first shop we went to, I think it was Forbidden Planet, was actually more of a toy store. And I could have spent a lot of money on toys, to be fair. I mean, I did actually pick up a couple of toys, of course. I'm a toy collector. I actually picked up a Bishop. I don't know whether you can see that because I'm in the worst lighting over here. I really need to get that changed. So yeah, there's a Bishop for you. I don't know whether you can see that. But it's a special edition one as well, so I'll take that. It matches my Bishop comic book, what I have on Veve and in real life, which I think is at the top of the wardrobe there. And then I also got a Zerg. So instead of getting Not My Buzz, I got Zerg. So the Zerg was actually pretty cheap for what it was. I actually expected a bit more money for that. I think I paid about £7 each for these, which is not overly expensive. Don't be a pain in the bum, please, darling. I love you very much. Sorry, my cat's over there trying to destroy stuff like normal. I have actually left the prices on these, so I do need to take these off. So speaking of Power Rangers, I did actually get one of these. So this is Power Rangers right here. And as you can see, it's Necessary Evil, issue 47. And it's a really nice cover. Old school looking Power Rangers. It's not an old school book, mind you. So one of the other things I did want to show you is the Ghost Riders pickup I made, which is this one here. And it's actually got the 50th edition on it. So it's a nice cover, as you can see. Now there is quite a weird, there's a couple of weird things about this book. So I'll actually open it and show you it. So inside this book, I believe it's this book. Let me show you something. I opened this book first time ever yesterday, and as soon as I see this book, I thought of Veve. So on the inside of this book, there's actually a pretty unique feature. It's actually got a Marvel redemption code in there. So if I just show you that now. So as you can see, look, Marvel redemption code, both in the App Store, Google Play, and of course this is for the Marvel Comics site, so you can get your Marvel comics. Why are we not getting one of these for Veve? Like, seriously, Marvel, we've got all your comics on there. All your comics are coming on there. Kill this app off and put it on Veve. So yeah, that's a very special book. Now the thing is, as you can see by that, the sticker's actually still on the book. But with comics, when they do have the inserts, they do have stickers like that one there. That is actually a good hold, because if the sticker's unpeeled, a lot of them are going to get peeled off like you'd expect. So there's not going to be a lot of them remaining with the stickers in. I've actually got a couple of other comic books. Now these are not the ones what I actually bought recently, but it's another example of a comic with inserts. Now obviously this is a newer comic, but it does have inserts in it. Let me show you that. Just find it. So as you can see, it's not an ancient comic. I can't remember the date. I think it's 1989 or something wrong around there. Let me have a look. So it's 1994 even, and it includes the original stencil. So there's not a lot of these comics. All right, it's not a Grail comic, not nothing significant. It's a newer comic, but at the same time, it's got the stencil in there. Imagine putting that in a slab and getting that graded as it is. I've got a few like that where I like the inserts more than the actual comic itself. So anyway, that wasn't part of my pickups. I just wanted to show you that. I've actually got a whole stack of comics next to me. So I showed you the Power Rangers, showed you the Ghost Rider. So there's also this one. This is also the same sort of vibe as the one before. So this one's a Fortnite Zootopia. So I do not play Fortnite. I have no idea about Fortnite. I have no idea whatsoever. It's a baby's game as far as I'm concerned. If you're going to play a war game, you play Call of Duty. But anyway, this comic book itself is a weird one to me. It actually does have a Fortnite code inside it for some sort of game. So I'm not sure what the code does, but as you can see, it's sealed in the wrapping. That could be worth just keeping like it is. I also did pick up the Hulk. I think this is 347 if I'm not mistaken. Obviously this is going to be a facsimile, I would have thought. I really don't know how to check. I really should start checking that. But I do have just a stack of comics here, so I'm not overly bothered. I didn't pay a lot of money, as you can see, which is why I'm guessing it's a facsimile, that one. It's not worth a hell of a lot of money, but it's worth a bit more money than what I paid. I did pick up an X20. Where is it? And of course I did pick up an X23. You gotta love X23. The cover's amazing, and we could also get this in Veve at some point. That's one of the reasons I picked this one up. I have tried to pick up what we could get in Veve, or we already had in Veve. Again, I did pick up another Power Rangers comic. I must admit, I do really like Power Rangers comics. They're pretty cool. Power Rangers toys are collectibles. Why not the comics? So I did actually pick up 2 of these. I wish I'd have picked up the whole stack. I think there was only like 8 or 9 left in the shop, and I wish I'd have just picked them all up. I regretted it ever since I come back, to be honest. And I actually looked on the site to try and find them, but because they were in one of these bundles, you couldn't really find them. So yeah, not overly a great move there. One of the other ones I got was Road to Civil War, Fantastic Four. As you can see, it's the Thor hammer. Great cover here. I think this was only £2. Yeah, £2, so it's a bargain price. And again, with the Civil War series, I don't know whether we've had enough of them in Veve yet, but we could get some of these. Now, one of my favourite pickups I did actually get was the sexy Michelle Pfeiffer Batman cover. Now, as you can see, Batman 89. Now, the book, I've not actually read it, but that is an amazing cover. Look at that. That is sexy. It just goes to show you that you can sell by cover art. So that's one of my favourite things, and it's also my birth year. So one of the other weird ones I did pick up was this one. I mean, look at that for an amazing cover. So this one is actually called Something Is Killing the Children. That's the series of this comic book, and it's actually the die-cut Bloody Mask variant. As you can see, that is crazy. And you can open it up, and then you've got the inside there. That is one hell of a comic book. So inside, you can probably guess from the outside, there's quite a few mature content in here. There's quite a lot of that. So this is definitely an over 18 comic book. I have not researched this comic book, so I have no idea if it's popular or not. But that is definitely something special. And then even the inside page. Where's the middle page? Let me show you the middle. Look at that. Something is killing the children. That's pretty cool, right? So yeah, I think that one's a good keeper. Again, no idea about it. One of the other comics I brought for the cover art, again, it's normally how I buy them in Veve, based on the cover art. Obviously, here's another sexy cover. So you got Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy on this one. Cartoony, very nice cover, and it's a shiny cover. So I do like that one. And then, of course, after that, I've got a whole bunch of filler comics, which is Lives of Wolverine. I've got a bunch of these ones, mainly just for the cover art. Again, the same sort of thing. I've got an X-Men Legends. I do actually just like that from the cover. I love Wolverine. That's actually my favourite comic book hero. Either that or Blade. There's a newer Flash comic. Now that is a very, very new comic book. And there's also a digital code on the back here as well. Scanning digital codes. It just proves, goes to show that digital codes are everywhere. There was actually one on the back of the other comics. I'll show you that in a minute. I did actually pick up a Star Wars Crimson World. Now we have actually had one of these similar covers in the app. So it's possible we could get another. I don't think they're finished with that yet. And then in this one here, you got Lucasfilm again, the 50th anniversary. It's a nice cover. Kylo Ren on the cover by the looks of it. There's another Darth Vader one. Very unique cover. I like that. We've got the Amazing Spider-Man. Obviously, we've got this one in the Veve app. So I quite like that fact to that. That's the reason I brought that one. And then we have the Obi-Wan Star Wars comic. Now, I'm not being funny. If you thought our Obi-Wan looked like Chuck Norris, I don't know what you would say this guy looks like. Looks like a monkey, actually. Look. Look at him, look. Yeah. So if you wanted an ugly comic, this was definitely brought as a meme comic. Because that is one ugly comic. And then what have we got here? We've got another Incredible Hulk. We could possibly get these because we are getting a lot of Hulk cut-off comics. Some of the odder ones. And then of course we've got a Moon Knight comic here. Nothing special. But of course I do like Moon Knight. And the character itself, the series. I do hope for more of them. I did really like that show. I did really like the series. But whether or not it can carry on, I don't know. The one thing I didn't like that was about the hippo. Now the hippo, that took you out of the series altogether. If it weren't for that, I'd have been quite happy with that. So that's just a couple of my comic book stuff, what I picked up last week. Obviously I've got comics and toys everywhere behind me. I've actually got to go through so much stuff. So anyway, I hope you heard this video. I hope everything I said was actually on tape, and I hope everything what I was showing on screen actually worked this time, because yesterday I did have my Veve moment and it did not work. So anyway, as always, I've been your host Bob Sales. This time next year we will be millionaires. A peace.